Lesson 2. Division of Decimals. We have so far learned about multiplication of decimals and how this skill can help us in solving some everyday problems. Now we move on to learning about division of decimals. Learning this skill is important because division is used in many daily problems like finding the average of your school grades or finding the average speed of a vehicle or dividing money to equal parts. After studying this lesson, you should be able to divide decimals and solve word problems involving decimals. Let's study and analyze. The dividend is the number to be divided. The divisor tells you into how many parts the dividend is to be divided. The answer in division is called the quotient. Example 1. Dividing decimals by whole number. A. 143.60 divided by 4. Step 1. Divide the hundreds. 1 divided by 4. This is not possible because we cannot have a fraction when we divide using this method, so we include the tens digit. Step 2. Divide the hundreds and tens. 14 divided by 4 equals 3. Write 3 above the digit 4 in the dividend. 3 times 4 equals 12. Write 12 below 14. Draw a line below 12. Subtract 14 minus 12 equals 2. Write 2 below the column of 4 in the dividend. Step 3. Divide the ones. Bring down 3 from the dividend. Divide 23 divided by 4 equals 5. Write 5 above digit 3 in the dividend. Multiply. 5 times 4 equals 20. Write 20 below 23. Draw a line below 20 and subtract. 23 minus 20 equals 3. Write 3 below the column of 3 and 0. Step 4. Divide the tens. Put the decimal point in the same column as the decimal point in the dividend. Bring down 6. Divide 36 divided by 4 equals 9. Write 9 above the digit 6 in the dividend. Multiply. 9 times 4 equals 36. Write 36 below 36. Draw a line and subtract. 36 minus 36 equals 0. Write 0 below the column of 6. Divide. 0 divided by 4 equals 0. Write 0 above the digit 0 in the dividend. B. 5.075 divided by 25. Step 1. Divide the ones. Divide. 5 divided by 25. This is not possible again, so include the tens. Step 2. Divide the ones and tens. Put the decimal point in the same column as the decimal point in the dividend. Divide. 50 divided by 25 equals 2. Write 2 above digit 0 in the dividend. Multiply. Quotient 2 times 5 in the divisor equals 10. Write 0 below 0 in the dividend and regroup 1 above digit 2 in the divisor. Multiply. Quotient 2 times 2 in the divisor equals 4. Add 1 that was regrouped. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Write 5 below digit 5 in the dividend. Draw a line below 50. Subtract 50 minus 50 equals 0. No need to write 0 below the line. Step 3. Divide the hundreds. Bring down 7. Divide. 7 divided by 25 equals 0. Write 0 above digit 7 in the dividend. So, include the thousands. Step 4. Divide the thousands. Bring down 5. Divide 75 divided by 25 equals 3. Write 3 above digit 5 in the dividend. Multiply. Quotient 3 times 5 in the divisor equals 15. Write 5 below digit 5 below the line. Regroup 1 above digit 2 in the divisor. Multiply. Quotient 3 times 2 in the divisor equals 6. Add 1 that was regrouped. 6 plus 1 equals 7. Write 7 to the left of 5. Draw a line below 75. Subtract 75 minus 75 equals 0. Write 0 below the line. Notice in examples 1a and b that if the first digit in the dividend is less than the divisor, include the digit to its right and proceed with the division steps. Example 1. Dividing decimals by decimals. A. Divide 19.44 by 0.4. Step 1. Convert the divisor into a whole number by multiplying both the divisor and dividend by 10. Notice that the decimal point was moved one place to the right. Step 2. Divide the hundreds. Divide 1 divided by 4. This is not possible because the dividend is less than the divisor. Include the tens. Step 3. Divide the hundreds and tens. Divide 19 divided by 4 equals 4. Write 4 above digit 9 in the dividend. Multiply. Quotient 4 times 4 divisor equals 16. Write 16 below 19. Draw a line below 16. Subtract. 19 minus 16 equals 3. Write 3 below the column of 9 and 6. Step 4. Divide the ones. Bring down 4 ones. Divide 34 divided by 4 equals 8. Write 8 above digit 4 in the dividend. Multiply. Quotient 8 times 4, the divisor, equals 32. Write 32 below 34. Draw a line. Subtract. 34 minus 32 equals 2. Write 2 below the column of 4 and 2 below the line. Put the decimal point in the quotient in the same column as the decimal point in the dividend. Step 5. Divide the tenths. Bring down 4 tenths. Divide 24 divided by 4 equals 6. Write 6 above digit 4 in the dividend. Multiply. Quotient 6 times 4. The divisor equals 24. Write 24 below 24. Draw a line and subtract. 24 minus 24 equals 0. Write 0 below the column of 4 and 4 below the line. B. Divide 4.984 by 0.14. Step 1. Convert the divisor into a whole number by multiplying both the divisor and dividend by 100. Notice again that the decimal point was moved 2 places to the right. Step 2. Divide the hundreds. Since 4 is less than the divisor, include the next digit, 9. Step 3. Divide the hundreds and tens. Divide. 49 divided by 14 equals 3. Write 3 above digit 9 in the dividend. Multiply. Quotient 3 times 4 in the divisor equals 12. Write 2 below digit 9. Regroup 1 above digit 1 in the divisor. Multiply. Quotient 3 times 1 in the divisor equals 3. Add 1 that was regrouped. 3 plus 1 equals 4. Write 4 below 4. Draw a line below 42. Subtract. 49 minus 42 equals 7. Write 7 below the column of 9 and 2. Step 4. Divide the ones. Bring down 8. Divide 78 divided by 14 equals 5. Write 5 above digit 8 in the dividend. Multiply. Quotient 5 times 4 in the divisor equals 20. Write 0 below digit 8 in the dividend. Regroup 2 above digit 1 in the divisor. Multiply. Quotient 5 times 1 in the divisor equals 5. Add 2 that was regrouped. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Write 7 beside on the left of 8. Draw a line. Subtract. 78 minus 70 equals 8. Write 8 below the column of 8 and 0. Step 5. Divide the tens. Put the decimal point in the quotient in the same column as the decimal point in the dividend. Bring down 4. Divide 84 divided by 14 equals 6. Write 6 in the quotient above digit 4. Multiply. Quotient 6 times 4 in the divisor equals 24. Write 4 below the digit 4 that was brought down. Regroup 2 above digit 1. Multiply. Quotient 6 times 1 in the divisor equals 6. Add 2 that was regrouped. 6 plus 2 equals 8. Write 8 on the left of 4. Subtract. 84 minus 84 equals 0. Write 0 below the line. C. Divide 129.5 by 0.12. Step 1. Convert the decimal into a whole number by multiplying both divisor and dividend by 100. Step 2. Divide the 10,000s. Since 1 is less than the divisor, include the next digit in the thousands, 2. Step 3. Divide the 10,000s and thousands. Divide 12 divided by 12 equals 1. Write 1 above digit 2 in the dividend. Multiply. 1 times 12 equals 12. Write 12 below 12 in the dividend. Draw a line. Subtract. 12 minus 12 equals 0. No need to write 0. Step 4. Divide the hundreds. Bring down 9. Divide 9 divided by 12 is not possible using this method. Write 0 in the quotient above digit 9 in the dividend. Step 5. Divide the tens. Bring down 5. Divide 95 divided by 12 equals 7. Write 7 above digit 5 in the dividend. Multiply. Quotient 7 times 2 in the divisor equals 14. Write 4 below 5 that was brought down. Regroup 1 above digit 1 in the divisor. Multiply. Quotient 7 times 1 in the divisor equals 7. Add 1 that was regrouped. 7 plus 1 equals 8. Write 8 beside 4 on the left. Draw a line below 84. Subtract. 95 minus 84 equals 11. Step 6. Divide the ones. Bring down 0. Divide 110 divided by 12 equals 9. Write 9 above digit 0 in the dividend. Multiply. Quotient 9 times 2 in the divisor equals 18. Write 8 below 0 that was brought down. Regroup 1 above digit 1 in the divisor. Multiply. Quotient 9 times 1 in the divisor equals 9. Add 1 that was regrouped. 9 plus 1 equals 10. Write 10 beside 8 to its left. Subtract. 110 minus 108 equals 2. Write 2 below the column of 0 and 8. 2 is the remainder. Let's remember, in dividing decimals with a decimal point in the divisor, convert first the divisor into a whole number before performing division. A divisor with a decimal point is converted into a whole number by multiplying both divisor and dividend by the powers of 10, 10, 100, 1000, etc. The effect of this is that the decimal point will move in both the divisor and dividend. The position of the decimal point is very important in division because a decimal point not in its proper place will give a different value. In dividing decimals, the number of decimal places in the quotient equals the number of decimal places in the dividend. In dividing a one-digit divisor, consider the first digit with the highest value in the dividend. If it is less than the divisor, consider the next digit, then proceed with the division steps. In dividing by a two-digit divisor, consider the first two digits in the dividend. If it is less than the divisor, consider the next digit, then proceed with the division steps. In dividing by a three-digit divisor, consider the first three digits in the dividend. If it is less than the divisor, consider the next digit, then proceed with the division steps. To check the quotient, multiply it by the divisor. If the product is equal to the dividend, then the quotient is correct. Cancel out the equal number of zeros on the right end of both divisor and dividend if there are any for easier computation. Let's sum up. Decimals are multiplied just like whole numbers. The only difference is that decimals have a decimal point while whole numbers don't. In multiplication, the answer is called the product. The multiplicand is the number to be multiplied by another, and the multiplier is the number by which the multiplicand is multiplied. The multiplicand and the multiplier are called factors. The number of decimal places in the product is the same as the sum of the decimal places of the factors. The position of the decimal point in the product is determined by counting the total number of decimal places starting from the first digit on the right going to the left. The number in dividing decimals, let's sum up.